Hello, my gorgeous Scorpio. Welcome back to Fifi and Gigi's tarot readings. I hope you're all feeling absolutely amazing. Scorpio, as you can see, I have 3 decks that I wish to use for this week's reading. I'll just push them to the side. I want a bit more room. I'm going to start off with what's the tea. Now, why am I doing that? Because I want a bit of a visual to see what's going on. I want to really dig deep because I'm curious and I'm nosy by nature with tarot. I want to kind of really see the current and possible future, but I really want to focus on the current energies between you and your person, completely regardless of the type of connection you currently have. I find out pretty early with the tarot, or probably even with this oracle deck, what's going on, but I do want to see the current energies right now. And why are these current energies happening? That's a really big one. Like, why is it happening? So it's going to get even more interesting because there will be an optional extended reading. Remember, it is optional, and I'll be using 2 completely different decks over at the extended reading. Actually, I've got those 2 decks. The 2 decks I'll be using are behind me, ready to use. And what is the purpose of that extended reading? I want to look at what's going to happen next. So based on what we're seeing here right now, over at the optional extended reading, I want to see what is going to happen next. Are there going to be important events? Activity, actions, milestones, anything that you should be aware of that's going to happen between the both of you, any decisions, anything that requires an action. So what's going to happen next? So that's going to be a very intense, thorough reading. And if you are interested in what is going to happen next in the foreseeable future between you and the person you have in mind, the link is in the description box below, Scorpio. It is the very first link underneath all of the yellow stars, and I have clearly labeled it. It says link to the extended love reading. So it's the perfect continuation or part 2 of this reading. All right, so here we go. 2 more. Last one. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you do like this reading at the end. You don't have to, of course, but if you do subscribe, you are guaranteed to never, ever, ever miss out on a reading that Gigi and I do for you every single Wednesday. And don't forget, every weekend, every Saturday at 12 p.m., you have a bonus mini love reading. Okay, so bit of devil-like energy. Someone here is being ruled by their ego. It says hurt ego, ego getting in the way of relationships. So perhaps, Scorpio, you are dealing with someone that prefers to be right instead of creating peace. My way or the highway. It's very one-sided, right? If you want to be with me, we can only do it this way. Or, you want to be in a relationship, but they're like, let's nurture our friendship first. Those people that give you mixed signs. So there's something here about someone's inflated ego. And I'm not really picking up that, I'm not really picking it up that it's you. I'm kind of picking up it's your person. And that's really getting in the way here. So, I don't know why I'm hearing the word no. It's almost like you're speaking to this person, but they're not really hearing you. Running. Literally, you could be a marathon runner. Maybe they love running. But let's talk about this. Let's be really honest in relationships here. This could be the case of the runner and the chaser. Maybe they run away from you, then they come back. And it's almost like you're feeling like, I'm not chasing after you. And one thing that you never do, Scorpio, is you do not chase people. I know that you don't do that, and I commend you for that. But this is definitely a case of the runner and the chaser. So now it could be that maybe their ego, they want to run to you, but their ego is getting in the way. Let's get some messages here. All right, so why are they looking you up, researching you, studying you, getting info? Are we together or not? What's going on? Because, that you could be together with this person. This might be someone that maybe we've kind of gone astray. We've gone our separate ways, and we've just kind of, very naturally, I'm kind of feeling like it fizzled out. We pulled back our energies. If you are easily accessible online, so only if you are, for those of you that are online, like on social media, they definitely could be looking you up, making sure that you're 100% single, you're not cheating on them, or you're not gallivanting around town, which is really none of their business, but they might be looking at a post that you did. They could actually also be re-looking over old text messages, old photos. Fake smiles. Yeah, this person's pretending that everything's okay when it's not. In other words, I have a feeling that they do want to run to you. They just want to hold you, but their ego is saying, nope, Scorpio probably did this to me. Scorpio did that to me. And it's like, at the end of the day, I do feel like saying to your person, everyone makes mistakes. Obviously, depending on the severity of mistakes, right? But clearly, I feel like this person wants to be with you. They want to get closer to you. But again, you know, they're smiling, pretending that they're fine, that they may have even forgotten about you, when really, at the end of the day, I feel like this person, I mean, I'm hearing the word, not longing, yearning. I never really use that word. It's an old school word, but I'm hearing that they're actually yearning for you. They're pretending that they're uninterested. See? But they're still hanging around. See, that's the thing. They're hovering around perhaps your social media or around your energy. I feel like there's also this element, they're worried that you have completely become emotionally detached, that you're not interested in them anymore. We've got travel. So this is quite interesting. This will be, of course, for those that are in a long distance relationship. It's almost like they want, like I said, they want to come running to you. They want to run into your arms. Ego is telling them, no, Scorpio should do that. You know, they should be coming to me, for example. That's that little voice in their head. That's 100% not psychic, right? It's ruled by the ego. Travel, of course, also means movement, change, progress, activity here. I told you. I knew it. They're missing you. This person's crying over you. They're feeling sad, hurt, upset, etc., right? So I feel like they're really missing you, and they're really pretending, and they're trying hard to not mention your name here to anyone else. Let's get a bonus message here. Yeah, this is what I told you. They're worried that you are uninterested. Moving on. Thank you. Next. That's what they're worried about here. Okay. All right. I kind of feel this person sometimes might get easily offended, easily upset. And that's just their ego. It's a very devil-like energy. So could be dealing with a Capricorn. You don't have to be. Let's get straight onto the tarot, please. So that's the bonus message there. Have you moved on though, Scorpio? Can you actually honestly say, I have moved on. I don't feel anything for this person at all. Or man, you could be just curious watching this. Maybe you want to pass the time. There's no wrong answer as to, you know, why you're watching this reading. Maybe you're curious, but I'm telling you right now, Scorpio, with full honesty, this person has not moved on. It's almost like there's a refusal to move on. See, look at that fake smile. And when no one's looking, that's how they are. They're feeling very lonely and upset without you. Let's do 3 more, 2 more. Last one. And what I love about you, Scorpio, is that not only are you the #1 most psychic star sign, but you're extremely loyal. Now, for you to detach, it's because you have a very good reason why. You're not going to do it because you're bored. They must have given you a reason why. So yeah, we've got the Queen of Swords. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. That can be any star sign, age or gender, but this is often depicted as someone we have history with. Full-blown ex, for example, right? If it's someone that you're dealing with now, it almost feels like they're slowly becoming someone from our past. You know what I mean? Swords pointing up. They're actually looking at you. I'm just going to say right now, this person doesn't want to talk to you. Have they taken the action? I'm not seeing it yet, right? But let's see. Yet. They're on their way. Knight of Wands. Mentally, they've been entertaining that thought. And it's like, you know what? I can sit here and rehearse everything I want to say to Scorpio, but I'm actually going to take action. And why am I confident that they will? Because the Knight of Wands is the call to action knight. It's the traveling knight. It's the wandering knight. Sagittarius, Leo, Aries energy. Again, like I said, this definitely couldn't have been an on again, off again situation, hot, cold, here today, gone tomorrow. They're very passionate, then they're very cold, then they like punish you with silence, and then they love bomb you. So even though this person could be just very naturally handsome or beautiful, they can also be quite impulsive. Again, that is ruled by the ego here. Oh, 9 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, 4 of Wands. This person is feeling very lonely. They don't want to be single anymore. And if they had to choose anyone to be with, honestly, Scorpio, it would be you. The 9 of Pentacles is pre-Empress energy ruled by Virgo, right? And it's very interesting because that's the singles card. Single as a Pringle, but they don't want to mingle. Being single, being lonely is actually hurting them with the 10 of Wands, Sagittarius energy. So these are the energies and they're pretty intense. I have to admit, you're taking this and you're handling it a lot better than your person. And it's not to make fun of your person. I would never do that. But you are definitely you're just strong. You're strong. You're in the in the top 4 of the most intelligent star signs. But it's getting quite heavy. They would prefer. Look at this, 6 of Wands, 4 of Wands. We've got Leo, Aries energy. They want to come back home and work things out with you. So mark my words, they will be taking action because you're going to get a message with that Page of Wands. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, you're going to get more messages. There is an element that many of you might be viewing this person, no matter their age, right, as emotionally immature, right? So we got Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy here. It's almost like they're going to give you an apology, but for you, it kind of feels like it's not enough. They do want to start all over again, but I think you've seen a side to them that may have actually turned you off. Doesn't matter how good looking they are. It's like, I don't know. So let's see. Six of Pentacles, Taurus energy, I come in peace. They want to balance everything out. They might even give you a gift. They might even use your birthday this year as an excuse to get closer to you, for example, right? It's a card of generosity, realizing I was not fair to Scorpio. They were definitely not fair. I feel like they were very quick to judge, or very judgy, very one-sided here. Three of Wands, talk about procrastinating, right? Look at that. So, and it is considered a really nice card, a very lucky card. It's ruled by Aries. Of course, it can show if there is distance between the both of you. That won't be for all of you. If they live close enough, they're just feeling that emotional distance. But Three of Wands is already telling me that something big is coming. Scorpio, I always say this, every week tarot is more like a heads up. We can avoid it or receive it with open arms. And that's the beauty of it. We can avoid stuff that we don't want. But this is going to be a big heads up with the energies, as I can already see that this person is planning, they're procrastinating, they're delaying themselves, right? Because they never feel ready, and there is no perfect moment, but they are coming towards you. They are definitely coming, approaching you once more. Another page of Pentacles, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy. For some of you, there could be a cultural background difference, different countries, height difference, age difference, might be children involved. That is a student card after all. Someone could be graduating, studying, and you're going to graduate in flying colors. But that is the student of life. And how does that pertain to romance? Simple. This person is actually looking at that pentacle. It's like, this is all I've got to offer, Scorpio. It's not a lot, but it is quite solid. That's why we start with a pentacle, we end with a pentacle. They are slow moving energies, but they're very guaranteed, they're very grounded, and they're very assured. They have learned their lesson here. Believe it or not, hallelujah, this person has learned their lesson on how not to treat Scorpio, how to love them correctly. They do want to see you face to face though. Worst case, we do have FaceTime. Make sure I didn't have another card there. 10 of Pentacles. Ooh, Virgo energy, my second favorite 10. This is the dream life manifested. And over here, what do we see? 3 different generations of family. We have the older one, we have the married couple and the child. We have the dog there. It's the dream life manifested, right? It's an abundant relationship. This is what they would love to build with you. Someone here could also be coming across an inheritance, either of money enough to travel, for example, or a property. But this is being in a loyal, right? Very important, respectful, trustworthy, loving relationship here. Oh boy. And I feel like they were avoiding this in the past. And now it's like, I want this. It's like they've had this epiphany, you know what I mean? And here they come. Look at that. We end now with the fastest moving night. You could hear this horse galloping like literally 6 blocks away. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. They're being very determined. I still feel like this person does suffer from a bit of self-sabotage, impulsivity, but they want to talk to you. I want to get a bonus message for you. 7 of Swords. Nobody likes seeing the 7 of Swords. I don't like seeing the 7 of Swords, right? Because it's a card of deceit. That's what it is. It's a card of lying, cheating, stealing, but I'm not getting that they're coming to lie to you. This is a bonus message. Your person is done lying to themselves. I'm fine with that fake smile. I'm fine without Scorpio. This is probably all new information to you, and it probably will be because this is all energy, right? So they're done being in denial, lying to themselves, pretending everything's okay. Now, this could also mean that they're going to make a very sneaky, incognito, under wraps move towards you. Why? Because they don't want to have anyone around you to kind of whisper in your ear to say, don't talk to them. Remember what they did to you. So they're kind of moving secretly and sneakily towards you. Oh, that's interesting. That is so interesting. I feel like, Scorpio, you have an array of very loyal family members and or friends. And if they found out that your person was coming towards you, they would be the first to say, probably don't even give this person your attention and your energy. So that's probably why they're doing this in secrecy and fast here as well. We've got 2 more. We'll do 1 more. There we go. I am seeing the initial L and J. I don't know if it's M or N, or maybe someone likes to eat M&Ms. I'm not sure, but I keep getting that. I'm seeing also the color red. Well, red is a very passionate color. It's also an action color, and red in tarot does mean action. It means passion as well. Gusto. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly. Is it gusto or gusto? But I always say gusto. Let's see. We got 5, 4, 3. Yeah, keep saying the initial L. Maybe T. 2, 1. I'm seeing mountain. So obviously if this person isn't actually at a distance, I feel like almost they're prepared to traverse mountains, move mountains for you. 6 of Cups. That is you. That is Scorpio energy. So you know what? Try not to beat yourself up too much. If you're feeling quite nostalgic about this person, you're remembering the good old days, or even if you started off as friends, it's okay. Because I don't feel like you hate this person, but what I do feel is that maybe you're not trusting them, but you are putting your foot down, right? That's not your ego, that's you setting boundaries, right? So again, you know, you could ask any other reader. Of course, this can be blast from the past. Past life connection. So you're probably thinking, why am I still thinking about them? It defies logic and reason. I know what they did to me, but we're still thinking about them. So this is definitely a sign of reconciliation. Again, they may use your birthday as an excuse though. Another 6. Oh, Scorpio, could it be? Is it possible? Because you've got 2 6s. My number and another 6 here, and you got all the 6s. And I have to tell you this, you got 6 of Cups, 6 of Swords, 6 of Pentacles, 6 of Wands. All the 6s mean balance, healing, forgiveness, equal give and take. That is amazing. It's probably one of the best numbers, to be honest, apart from the Ace and the 2. And the 10 is obviously a card of completion here. But look at this. This is a card of relief, of hope. We're moving away from the 5 of Swords, which is all about chaos and conflict and disagreements and being jealous of each other. But this is a beautiful card here of moving into I call it the lake of tranquility now. So we've got emotional and mental peace and clarity here. So this is actually looking really good. And look at that. We also have the Sun, Leo energy, my number 1 favorite card in the entire deck. It's the happiest card. It's the most powerful card in the entire deck, and it's also about elimination. So I'm just going to say it right now, the energies are telling me that there's going to be a spotlight between you and this person quite soon. Could even happen around August, and let's be honest, it's already July. This is actually quite amazing. I absolutely love this card. I don't care where it is. The fact that the Sun made an appearance, it's actually saying here that there just might be light at the end of the tunnel. Wow. It's about pure joy, bliss, blessings, a happy turn of events, happy changes. There's that Queen of Swords and the High Priestess. Okay, you need to know this. They're going to tell you something perhaps that you haven't known about before, or maybe you will know because I've been exploring this for you. There's that same Queen, right? Look at that Queen. It's almost like saying, I've spoken, but now I'll allow you to talk, right? And what is it? It is the High Priestess and the 7 of Swords. Lo and behold, again, your person will admit here, there's going to be some quite big confessions here. Why? Because the High Priestess is my quiet card. You don't have to do much. You don't have to lift a finger. It's she or he who knows, the keeper of secrets, right? Of important information. So we've also got, look at that, the Magician, Gemini, Virgo energy, manifesting a brand new start. So I'm just going to tell you right now, this person is going to be confessing how much they're missing you, how much they've been miserable without you, that they've been lying to themselves, they've tried to move on, this and that. I think it's not going to be that new because I'm already telling you, but once you hear it from the horse's mouth, it's like, okay, is it possible to have a new beginning here? Interesting. I feel like also they're calling themselves out if there's been any lies and manipulation. We have the Strength card, Leo energy. Look at that. It's not about killing the lion. It's not even about dominating the lion. It's about taming the lion, i.e. our emotions. This is the card of unconditional love, where you're standing in your power, but it's telling you right now to approach the person with honey instead of vinegar. Always says that, right? In other words, softly, not so aggressive, because we might scare them away. They're already scared about approaching you. Look how stressed they are. I mean, if they didn't feel it, this card would not have made an appearance. So let's talk about that 6 of Pentacles. Oh yeah, the Queen of Action. Look at that, the Queen of Wands. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. So the passion is still there. They believe in this. They believe in you. They believe in us, they're going to say, right? They're feeling quite ambitious to win your heart back. But if you want to know if they're going to take action, you want to see a King or a Queen of Wands. The Three of Wands, please, is the Four of Cups, Cancer energy. So your person at the moment is feeling very melancholic. As opposed to the fact you're a bit nostalgic, they're a bit more depressed, right? They're sitting there feeling quite apathetic, bored with their life, bored with the routine. What's the point? This always happens to me. I'm going to end up alone. Woe is me, right? But their spirit team is saying, like a little pinch in the bum, take action. And that's what they're doing. Despite how they're feeling a bit hopeless, they're going to take action. What's part of this message, please? Page of Cups again. I'm sorry, can we meet up? Look at that. And it's going to come to you as a surprise. Now, all that water is done on purpose, because you're going to find that these messages are going to start getting quite emotional. They're going to be backed by love and fueled by emotions here. They want a budding romance. They don't mind if they have to start from the ground up, because it's all about earning their keep by your side. That Ten of Pentacles is beautiful. We do have the Devil, the shadow side. Okay, so the Devil, Capricorn energy. Again, your person will admit they self-sabotage what they couldn't have had with you because of the ego. Remember that the Devil is ruled by the ego, right? Self-sabotage. It's a very big hypersexual card here as well. Now, I'm not going to use the word obsession. I'm not really feeling that, but I feel like they're hyper-fixated. They've got this tunnel vision that they want this with you. They don't want it with anyone else. Your person does need to kind of work on their ego. That is a very big thing, on impulsivity, my way or the highway. That they do need to work on though. Another thing is that your person may be at the moment a bit overly materialistic, hyper fixated on money, status, career, labels and all that. That is something that doesn't fly by Scorpio. So they do realize, hang on, if I'm going to approach Scorpio, I need to do things correctly. And also, you know, when I talk about self-sabotage, usually the Devil card is saying, hey, get out of the way and approach Scorpio correctly and check your ego, leave it at the door. Because if you want that Ten of Pentacles, that's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take a lot of work, right? So again, the only thing I'm thinking is that they do suffer a lot from impulsivity here. Let's talk about that Knight of Swords. Yeah, see, they're coming towards you, but trust me, they're feeling it. There's that Ten of Wands twice. The weight of the world on their shoulders, each single wand there. And trust me, it is breaking your person's back, but they're putting on that fake smile, right? It represents a challenge, a lesson, a loss, an experience, so many other things when it comes to you. They want to drop it. They want that to roll over to the Ace of Wands. Let's see. Yeah, and they want to be the King of Pentacles that you deserve, no matter their gender. This is the energy of someone. It's like, I mean, it's Taurus, Scorpio, Capricorn energy, but they can be any star sign. Always remember that. I have to always reiterate that. They want to be someone where you look at them and you know, I can rely on them, right? The King of Pentacles is grounded. They are dependable, right? They're good with their money. They're good with family. They're good with business here. They also still have this element that they want to take care of you by any means. So this is actually a very interesting reading. The energies here, I had to look behind. I wasn't going to show you this, but we do have the Ace of Swords. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. That's the mother of all conversations, the mother of all clarity here, right? So, and very interesting, before I show you, look at this. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Swords. That has already rolled over to the Ace, right? So a lot of you, yes, you're not looking at this person with the best of light. I'm not saying that you hate them, though. You're too smart for that. But they are going to come and tell you the truth. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. And I'm seeing here that regardless of how stressed and reserved they're feeling, how their ego gets in the way, how impulsive they are, how afraid they are of your reaction, they are still returning back. They are still coming back though. And what I like here is that the road before both of you will be very clear. I can already see that. So these are their current energies. And if anything, we're seeing a little bit of current/future energies. But over at your extended reading, I want to see when this happens, it's beautiful, what's going to happen next? What decisions are they going to make? What decision are you likely going to make? Even though you can change it. Any events, any decisions, any milestones, any activity or action, what is going to happen next between the both of you? So at the extended reading, I'll still be reading both energies. I want to see what's going to happen. That may offer you even more clarity about this person. So we're going to dig a lot more deeper into the foreseeable future of what is going to happen next. If you are interested, the link is in the description box below. I'll see you on the other side. But if this is where we depart, I wish you the very, very best, Scorpio, because you absolutely deserve it. I love your star sign. Bye, Scorpio.